The night of the concert in Phoenix was electric. The arena buzzed with the energy of thousands of fans, all eager and excited to see one of music's greatest legends, Elton John. Bright lights illuminated the stage while bursts of cheers echoed from the crowd, creating a wave of anticipation that washed over everyone present. Fans wore brightly colored shirts decorated with Elton's iconic symbols, and many held up their phones to capture the moment. As the concert began, the air was thick with excitement. People greeted each other with smiles and laughter, sharing their love for Elton's music. His hits filled the arena. Songs like Rocket Man and Your Song had everyone singing along. With each note that floated through the air, spirits soared higher and higher. For many, this was not just another concert but an experience they would cherish forever. Denise Harper was among those feeling this surge of joy, but her heart carried a different weight. As she looked around at smiling faces, she felt both warmth and sorrow. Just days before this concert, she had lost her son. Though her heart ached, she found comfort in the music that had always brought happiness to her family. In a moment of inspiration and hope, she decided to raise a sign for everyone to see, a request born from love that spanned beyond this world. As Elton took the stage to sing, "Daniel," the excitement reached its peak. The audience sang in unison, feeling every lyric resonate deep within them. Little did they know that a moment was about to unfold that would forever change the tone of this performance, and touch many hearts in attendance. Denise Harper, a 36-year-old mother, sat amidst the crowd, her heart heavy yet hopeful. Just a week before the concert, she had faced an unimaginable loss, the passing of her beloved son. The pain was still fresh, and she could hardly believe he was gone. In her moments of grief, music had been her refuge, a place where she could find solace amid sorrow. When she learned Elton John would be performing in Phoenix, she felt a flicker of hope. His melodies had always brought joy to her family. As the concert started, Denise felt a mix of excitement and sadness wash over her. Surrounded by fans celebrating their love for Elton's music made her feel both connected and utterly alone. She watched others sing along joyfully while memories of her son flooded her mind. It was then that inspiration struck her, a way to honor his memory while sharing her pain with those around her. With trembling hands, Denise held up a sign that read, "Please play for my son in heaven." This simple message was more than just words. It represented the love she felt for him and the hope that music could bridge the gap between their worlds. She knew that many people wouldn't understand the significance of her gesture, but it felt necessary, an expression of love that transcended loss. For Denise, this moment was not about seeking attention but rather about creating a connection with other grieving hearts in the crowd and perhaps even with Elton himself. As the lights dimmed and Elton began to play "Daniel," she felt a wave of courage wash over her, ready to embrace whatever might come next, an unexpected journey filled with emotion and connection. As the concert reached a thrilling moment, the lights dimmed slightly, creating an intimate atmosphere that enveloped the audience. Denise's heart raced as she felt the weight of her sign in her hands. The vibrant cheers and laughter from those around her faded into the background, leaving only the pounding of her heart and the echo of her memories. She took a deep breath, summoning every ounce of courage to raise her sign high above her head. The simple message, "Please play for my son in heaven," stood out against the colorful sea of concertgoers. It was a beacon of hope amidst her sorrow, and Denise silently prayed that Elton would see it. At that moment, she felt vulnerable yet empowered, wanting to share her love and loss with everyone present. Around her, fans were lost in joyous song, unaware of the profound meaning behind Denise's gesture. But as she held up the sign, a few nearby concertgoers noticed and turned their heads. Whispers rippled through the crowd as people began to understand what she was expressing, a mother's love reaching into the heavens. Denise could see some audience members nodding in recognition or wiping away tears as they connected with her message. It was as if a shared understanding blossomed among them. This concert was not just about music but about healing and remembrance. In that moment, Denise felt a surge of support from those around her. As Elton began to sing "Daniel," she was filled with anticipation and hope. She wanted him to know about her son, to honor his memory through music that had always brought joy to their lives. Little did she know that this small act would soon resonate in ways she couldn't have imagined, setting the stage for an unforgettable connection between them all. As the first notes of "Daniel" filled the arena, a hush fell over the crowd, and it was in this moment that Elton John's gaze landed on Denise's sign. The bright colors of the sign contrasted against the dim lighting, capturing his attention immediately. He paused mid-song, his expression shifting from joy to profound empathy as he processed the heartfelt message before him. The entire venue held its breath as Elton looked deeply into Denise's eyes, silently acknowledging her pain. It was a moment that transcended the typical boundaries between artist and audience. With compassion radiating from him, Elton softly spoke into the microphone. "Then this is for him." His voice trembled with emotion, resonating with everyone in attendance. Denise felt an overwhelming wave of gratitude as she realized that Elton understood the significance of her plea. The audience, previously caught in their own joyful celebration, now shared in an intimate sorrow. People around her began to wipe away tears, feeling the weight of the moment. In that instant, it became clear that music is not just entertainment, it can also be a powerful source of healing and connection. Elton resumed singing, but his voice cracked with raw emotion as he poured everything into those heartfelt lyrics. Each note seemed to carry Denise's love for her son, wrapping the arena in a blanket of collective grief and love. The silence that enveloped the crowd was deafening. Even the most enthusiastic fans were now absorbed in this shared experience. As he finished the song, tears glistened on Elton's cheeks, reflecting the deep bond formed between him and those present. It was a moment that would be etched in their memories, an unforgettable reminder of compassion and humanity woven through the fabric of music. As the familiar melody of "Daniel" floated through the air, Elton John's eyes locked onto Denise's sign. Time seemed to stand still. The lively atmosphere that had filled the concert moments earlier transformed abruptly, replaced by a profound silence that enveloped the arena. Elton paused mid-verse, his guitar resting in his hands as he absorbed the depth of the moment before him. A visible shift occurred in his expression. Joy morphed into empathy as he recognized the heartfelt plea of a grieving mother. The connection between artist and audience member deepened in that instant. Elton leaned closer to the microphone and spoke softly but firmly. "Then this is for him." His voice was thick with emotion, carrying the weight of not just his words but also the shared grief and love resonating in the crowd. Denise felt her heart swell with gratitude as she realized Elton understood her pain. She saw tears begin to well up in his eyes, reflecting a sincerity that touched everyone present. The audience, previously lost in their own revelries, fell into a hushed reverence, joining her in recognizing both the beauty and sadness of life. As he resumed singing, each note resonated with sincerity and heartfelt emotion. The lyrics flowed from him like a river of compassion, wrapping around each person in attendance. This wasn't just another performance, it became a cathartic release for Denise and those around her. Elton poured his soul into the song, allowing the gravity of Denise's situation to infuse every line with raw emotion. When he finished, silence lingered for a moment before applause erupted, not just for the music but for the solidarity created in that shared experience. Tears rolled down Elton's cheeks as he acknowledged the significance of what had just happened. It was a powerful reminder of how music could unite hearts, heal wounds, and honor memories that live on forever. As Elton continued to sing, "Daniel," the emotional weight of the moment became palpable. His voice, usually so strong and powerful, began to crack as he poured his heart into the lyrics. Each note resonated with the tenderness and pain of loss, revealing the raw feelings shared not only by him, but by everyone in the arena. It was as if the song had transformed into a heartfelt prayer, a connection between artist and audience that transcended words. Denise watched intently, feeling every tremor in his voice echo her own heartache. As tears streamed down Elton's cheeks, the entire crowd could sense the magnitude of what was happening, a profound expression of empathy and sorrow resonating through the music. The richness of his emotion turned the song into a vessel for healing, wrapping everyone in a shared blanket of compassion. The audience stood in silence, captivated by this intimate moment. Some wiped away tears, while others embraced one another, united in their grief and support. The bond formed in the arena deepened, as they collectively experienced not just a concert, but a cathartic release of emotion. Elton channeled Denise's love for her son through his performance, letting every lyric convey a sense of understanding and hope. As he neared the end of the song, his voice strained but remained filled with sincerity, each crack reflecting vulnerability. The room held its breath as he delivered the final notes, pouring his soul into them. When he finished, a heavy silence lingered before an eruption of applause, much more than for just the music. It was a powerful acknowledgement of shared hearts and collective healing. This moment reminded everyone that music has the incredible ability to connect us all, to speak to our hearts in ways that words alone often cannot, making memories last forever even when loved ones are no longer with us. As Elton John's emotional rendition of Daniel reached its climax, a profound hush fell over the arena. The lively cheers and laughter that once filled the air transformed into stillness, as every single person felt the weight of the moment. It was as if time itself had paused, allowing a shared sense of vulnerability to envelop the crowd. Denise clutched her sign tightly, her heart racing as she sensed the collective breath being held by thousands. The silence held a mixture of compassion and support that resonated deeply within the audience. Each eye was trained on Elton, who continued to pour his heart into the song, but now it seemed they were also watching Denise, forming an invisible yet palpable thread of empathy linking them all together. People looked around at one another in understanding, some exchanging reassuring nods while others simply wiped tears from their faces. The arena had morphed into more than just a venue for entertainment. It became a sacred space where emotions fully and freely flowed. Even those who had initially arrived to revel in music now shared in an intimate acknowledgement of loss, forging connections through their combined sorrow. As Elton's voice cracked while delivering the final lines of the song, Denise felt surrounded by warmth and comfort as if tucked into a protective embrace by the hearts of every person there. The silence amplified their shared grief, allowing it to resonate throughout, creating a deep bond that surpassed mere words. It was a powerful reminder that they were not alone in their pain, they were collectively sharing in something much larger than themselves. When Elton finally finished the song, applause filled the void, a standing ovation not just for his talent but for the human connection forged through such an emotional experience. It was a moment that would remain etched in every heart present, a testament to how love and support can thrive even amidst unimaginable loss. The concert at Phoenix exemplified the profound themes of love, loss, and healing that often emerge from the shared experience of music. In a space filled with lights and melodies, strong emotions were laid bare as Denise Harper held her sign, conveying her deep longing for her son. Throughout history, music has served as a powerful medium for expressing feelings that words alone often fail to capture. In this concert setting, the audience experienced firsthand how music could weave together their individual stories of heartache and hope. Concerts create a unique environment where personal connections are forged among strangers. As people gather to listen, they come with different backgrounds and experiences, but often share similar emotions: joy, sadness, yearning. Elton John's heartfelt performance transformed the arena into a sanctuary where grief could be openly acknowledged. Through his vulnerable delivery of Daniel, he not only honored Denise's plea but also gave voice to everyone's unspoken fears and sorrows. This blending of emotions highlights how concerts can become deeply personal experiences. Attendees may find themselves reflecting on their own lives while connecting with others' pain, or even celebrating together. The shared journey through grief can catalyze healing, allowing attendees to feel less isolated in their struggles. Moreover, the communal atmosphere created a sense of belonging among those present. As the crowd united in their applause and emotion at the song's conclusion, it was evident that each person was touched by the moment, not just as fans of Elton John but as fellow human beings navigating life's challenges together. This illustrates how music can bridge gaps between individuals and allow for collective healing in times of loss. Ultimately, this concert was a poignant reminder that music is not just entertainment. It is a powerful catalyst that can uplift spirits, comfort hearts, and foster connections that last well beyond the final notes of a song. As the final notes of Daniel faded into silence, a profound sense of shared humanity permeated the arena. The audience was no longer just a crowd of fans, they had become a collective heart, beating as one in recognition of the pain and love that had been laid bare during Elton's performance. In that moment, they were united not only in their admiration for the artist, but also in their understanding of loss. Each person present could relate to the raw emotions expressed not only by Denise through her sign but also through Elton's heartfelt delivery. As tears flowed freely among many, it became clear that this experience transcended individual grief. It reinforced an unspoken bond between the fans and Elton himself. He was not merely entertaining them, he was sharing a significant moment in their lives, a moment filled with compassion, vulnerability, and healing. When he dedicated the song to Denise's son, he acknowledged the power of love and remembrance that connected all of them. It reminded everyone that while each artist performs from their own story, listeners have their narratives intertwined with those performances. In the shared silence, eyes met across the rows, and nods exchanged among strangers became gestures of solidarity. Some people embraced one another tightly, offering comfort without needing to speak any words at all. This atmosphere fostered an incredible support system within the audience, emphasizing how music can bring out empathy and compassion even in unfamiliar settings. Moment by moment, they realized they were part of something much larger than themselves, a community strengthened by shared experiences and emotions. The concert contrasted with typical entertainment. It had transformed instead into a deeply intimate gathering where healing flourished. As Elton finished singing and stepped back, applause erupted not just as thanks for his artistry but as an acknowledgement of this newfound camaraderie, a true illustration of how music weaves together lives while honoring the shared struggles that make them human. As the concert drew to a close, the impact of that night lingered in the hearts and minds of everyone present. For Denise Harper, the experience was transformative. Her sign had become a portal through which she honored her son's memory while connecting with thousands of others who shared in her grief. The raw emotion stirred by Elton John's performance provided not only solace but a sense of community that she had desperately sought since her loss. The collective journey taken by the audience together during that poignant moment reaffirmed the profound power of music to comfort and heal. Each person left the arena carrying with them a piece of that shared experience, a reminder that they were not alone in their struggles. Music has an incredible ability to transcend barriers and allow individuals to feel seen and understood. In this case, it turned a public concert into an intimate gathering where everyone's pain could be acknowledged and embraced. As fans filed out of the venue, many expressed their emotions openly, connecting with each other on a deeper level than before. Strangers exchanged words of comfort, affirming how much they felt for Denise's loss and how Elton's heartfelt tribute resonated within them all. It was clear that the evening was more than just entertainment. It became a healing space where love triumphantly overshadowed sadness. In remembering this concert, there is an undeniable celebration of life, the lives lost, and the love that remains. Music connects people across experiences, allowing them to share moments of joy and grief alike. This event ultimately served as a powerful reminder that through shared humanity, compassion flourishes. Denise's poignant request, followed by Elton's heartfelt dedication, created ripples of hope and connection that would resonate long after the last note was played, reminding everyone that in unity, healing is possible.